Welcome to this explainer. Today, we are diving straight into a massive financial blind spot in construction management and, more importantly, exactly how to fix it. If you're a contractor managing large-scale developments, well, this is going to be incredibly relevant to your day-to-day operations. We're going to look at that delicate and honestly often deeply mismanaged balance between pushing a project forward physically on the ground and actually making a profit while you do it. The core thesis we're unpacking today is simply this. To survive and thrive, you absolutely must focus on both physical progress and making a profit on every single project at the exact same time.
So let's start by unpacking a really critical question that every single contractor needs to honestly ask themselves. Picture your daily routine, right? You're out there on the ground, monitoring your site every single day. You see the concrete pouring, you hear the heavy machinery, you see your crews working hard. It feels like real, tangible progress. But do you really know your profit position right at this exact moment? For a vast majority of contractors out there, the honest, deeply uncomfortable answer is no.
And that brings us to the crucial point we need to establish right up front from our source material. It's a harsh reality, but just because you see physical activity, it absolutely does not mean you're actually making money. A busy site can still be a bleeding site. The foundational takeaway here is that you have to focus on both physical progress and making a profit simultaneously. They're completely separate metrics. Confusing physical motion for financial health? Yeah, that is exactly where the real danger lies for most businesses.
Section 1. The illusion of control.
Let's see how the very tools you rely on might actually be giving you a completely false sense of security. A lot of contractors track their progress using general project tools. Now, platforms like Asana, Monday.com, or Trello, they're fantastic pieces of software. They are incredibly effective for managing tasks, assigning duties, and coordinating your teams. But construction projects are fundamentally about controlling your financial performance. You have to manage costs, oversee contract values, and ensure profit. And that goes way beyond simply checking off a daily to-do list.
When you rely solely on standard task management software, sure, you're successfully tracking activities, you're monitoring timelines, and you're managing the daily tasks of your team. But something absolutely critical is missing from the picture. You are completely missing your contract value tracking and real-time profit visibility. You end up with this illusion of control. You know exactly what the team is doing today, but you have zero control over what that team is actually costing you in real time.
Section 2. The dangerous 60/80 trap.
To really understand this disconnect, let's look at a highly realistic scenario drawn directly from the data. Imagine you're managing a sizable development project. Your total contract value is exactly 10 million ringgit. This 10 million ringgit is your absolute baseline. It's the total financial pie you have to work with from the initial groundbreaking all the way through to final handover. Literally everything you do must fit inside this number. And this brings us to a phenomenon that brilliantly illustrates the terrifying 60/80 trap. You look out at your site, where you pull up your task management tool, and the data tells you that you've hit 60% physical completion. Naturally, you feel great. Progress is happening. But because you aren't tracking your financials concurrently with that physical progress, you don't realize you've already spent 7.5 million ringgit. That is 80% of your total budget, completely gone.
Actually, let that math really sink in for a second. You still have 40% of the physical work left to do on this site, but you only have a meager 20% of the budget remaining to do it. Your profit? It is entirely gone before the project is even close to finished. It evaporated right in front of you, completely masked by the comforting illusion of physical progress on the ground.
This total disconnect between physical progress and financial reality is exactly why so many experienced contractors face a devastating domino effect. Because they don't see the underlying financial problem early enough, it leads directly to severe, sudden cash flow problems. Those unexpected cash flow problems then inevitably cause project delays, stalling out the work, which ultimately results in massive, unforeseen financial losses. Losses that could have been completely avoided if the tracking was just aligned.
Section 3. Enter Lamalan Projectrekking.
Fortunately, you don't have to manage your sites in the dark anymore. The source material introduces a system called Lamalan Projectrekking. Now here is a crucial distinction. This is not just general project software. It's a dedicated construction financial control system specifically designed for the unique needs of contractors. Its entire purpose is to help you maintain that dual focus, managing the physical work on the ground while strictly controlling your project's profit and financial performance at the exact same time.
The way it works is by building a beautifully unified workflow that actually mirrors reality. Step 1. Someone inputs a physical progress update directly from the site. Step 2. A project purchase or material cost is recorded. And here is the magic in Step 3. Every single progress update and every single purchase automatically updates your live contract balance. It completely removes the need to manually run the numbers, keeping your financials perfectly, instantly synced with reality.
This provides exactly what's needed to avoid that nasty 60-80 trap we talked about. One simple, unified dashboard. You can suddenly see your total contract value, your actual spending, your real-time site progress, and your live profit margins all at the exact same time. If your physical progress is sitting at 60%, but your spending suddenly hits 80%, the system flags it immediately. You know instantly that you're overspending, long before it becomes a fatal error.
Section 4. Protecting your bottom line.
So let's look at the real-world impact of achieving this level of visibility. When you have real-time profit tracking sitting right alongside your daily site tasks, you gain a massive competitive advantage. You essentially gain a superpower, the ability to act early. Instead of finding out at the very end of the project that you lost money, you can course correct the moment a metric slips. You step in, you fix the leak before it's too late to recover.
The financial impact of acting early is genuinely staggering. In the construction industry, where we all know margins are notoriously razor-thin, preventing just a 5% loss on your projects is absolutely massive. According to the source data, by catching overspending early, contractors could easily save hundreds of thousands, or even millions, depending entirely on the scale of their work. A tiny fraction of prevented loss translates directly to massive protected profit.
Ultimately, this system isn't just software. It's literal protection for your profit margins. It's an invitation to finally stop guessing your project performance and start actively controlling your contract balance alongside your physical site work. The material strongly suggests taking control today by booking a live demo, allowing you to see exactly how this unified tracking actually works in action for your specific projects and your specific teams.
I want to leave you with this final, incredibly provocative truth drawn directly from our source material. In construction, what you don't see will cost you. So as you step out onto your next job site, take a moment to look around and really ask yourself, what aren't you seeing today? And more importantly, how much is that hidden blind spot costing your business right now? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and we will see you next time.